Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a combination of Scrap Squad Sunday and my Monday post on Scrap Backwards. And the lift from Scrap Squad Sunday is this beautiful one by Laura Alberts for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and it's something of a grid with a couple of photos in opposite corners, slightly overlapping one another, and then the grid kind of built out from there with some clusters, and there are lots of hearts on hers. She's also got it's all on a white background, and she's done her journaling around the white. She's got the blue denim on top of a very narrow border of a patterned paper. And I've kind of done a little bit differently. Instead of the blue denim, I have this black and white and red and pink. It's Valentine paper, I suppose. I forget the collection because I had already trimmed it down and glued it on a very narrow white background. And then I have this pink floral paper. I don't know what that is. It may actually be from the same collection as this. These papers were sent to me by Scrappy Adam as kind of a stash kit for my birthday, and I've built my Scrap Backwards kit around them. So I'm gonna do a page like this, and if you saw my photos, there's a whole lot of yellow in them, and that's partly due to the original photo being somewhat corrupted, somewhat degraded, and then I filtered to get a brighter look. They were very, very kind of all brown, and until I filtered, I didn't remember that this jumper that I had on had a blue trimmed sailor collar, or that James had a red shirt on, or that John's shirt was purple. It all just kind of looked different shades of brown. And you can see the cut watermelons there. This is a loaf of King's Hawaiian bread, the only way it used to come. And there are different spreads out there, and John's iced tea is there. This was an early celebration. We had friends coming over later that night, but this was the family celebration before James, because James's bedtime was going to occur before the evening party. And so for the evening party, we had adult snacks, and there were leftover slices of cake because we did the cake for the three of us. So anyway, I'm gonna get started on this and kind of see what we can come up with. I'm gonna do it like so. And now I'm going to put that there. I think I'll put them this way. And as I say in my journaling, I'm absolutely not sure who took the photo. I'm just going to go there, and I'm going to slightly overlap that with this one, or overlap this with that one. I'll place it in there so there's a slight overlap. And I think that's on there. I have taken a label that's from an Ellie Studio label set that Adam sent me, and I took strips of the border strips. It doesn't tell me, it's an American Crafts company. But I took the border strips and cut them down to 3 inches and put them on there a little bit wonky, And then I have this Rosie Studio piece of ephemera that says, "This is the life." And I thought that would be good to kind of go right there. But I do want some florals. Laura has florals here and here, and then the hearts kind of come around. For this other section, in Laura's, she's got like a banner that goes across a frame, and then she's trimmed that out with hearts up here and florals down here. And she's got a piece of ephemera that says "Just Perfect" that kind of overlaps the photo, and here she's got "So Very Special" that overlaps the photo. So I like that technique of overlapping ephemera and word strips on the photo, so I'm going to do that too. I'm going to put this bit right here, but I think it might be more effective if I did this frame and layered it that way on the frame. And then I have some little Bramble Fox goodies. And I've got this, let's see, I might not have taken the backing off this one. It's a little present. Okay, that one's off. I could do it a little bit that way, and I could maybe do the present this way with that backing, kind of pale backing showing through it. So I think we'll go with that. I have these flowers. I like that this has the yellow center because it's the exact color. It's picking up that exact color. I'm hoping these will straighten out, but to be honest, once it goes in the page protector and into the album, they're gonna kind of smash down anyway. So I'll use that there. So let's just start putting things down. I'm gonna do the florals here and then see where we tuck that in. Now I could do this up here. Now either which way, it's gonna stick out beyond the photo that's above it, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do the orange flower. I'm gonna put a foam dot behind it. And the smaller pale pink flower. And then I have kind of a goofy thing I may be doing with the leaves. I'll put that there. And this here. And then I have this leaf. I only have one green leaf, but I thought maybe if I cut it in half, I could use it kind of like so. That seems to work. I have some glue. Okay, what's the deal? Okay, I can see it coming out now. I'm gonna kind of tuck it under and move it over one way and kind of curl it up. I love these. These leaves are very lifelike, I guess. Just amazing to think they're done with paper. Okay, so I like that. And I have a couple other leaves. The other floral is going to go up here, and I may as well do it. And it can very much overlap the photo because it's just covering up a cabinet that's not that terribly interesting. I can do this red leaf, which I think looks beautiful with the black and red, and then I could maybe cut the top of this leaf off and have that showing like that. It makes it look a little like a fall leaf, which isn't appropriate because the birthday was in April. This is John's 36th birthday in 1983. It was a few months before we moved to another home. This was a home that we bought right after we were married and moved out of the place that I had been renting. We moved there in 1982. And in 1983, we had fixed it up enough to lease it. And we found another home in a golfing community, another home on the golf course. And John was a big golfer, and I wanted to learn, so. Okay, so now I'm going to put this here, and I don't know if I want to do it flat or use strips. I'm going to try to use strips. Let's see how far I get. I'll do a strip across here. I love these strips that allow me to do things like this. This is kind of a nondescript color. I'm not sure where this frame came from, but it's not particularly outstanding. But it gains a little bit more importance when it's popped up. On the dark paper there, you're really not getting a sense of a shadow under it, but your eye will detect that, that dimension. And I like how it's shaping up. I like how the colors in the photo actually kind of show through. Now let me kind of slide that under there and bring that up even with that. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of this, because when the bottom of it gets on there, I'm going to need something propping up the top part of it. So I'll put a little bit of this on the perspective. This Celebrate, I think, was a New Year's in one of the like maybe the January box for last year. And I didn't use it, but I've kind of had it out on my table waiting for a good opportunity to use it, because I love cut files and perspectives. I like anything that kind of celebrates or separates the words like that. Like celebrate. I like that. I'm not sure why. It's not phonetic or anything, you know, special that way. Okay, now I'm gonna go, this color, kind of neutral, is similar enough to the mauve in here that it kind of helps balance some of the other colors. I feel like it all goes with the florals that we've got going on. You know, I should have put this in before I glued that down, because I think I want this it to have a similar margin to this one. Okay, and then this needs to be re-glued. Burnish that down there. Okay, I like how it has shaped up so far. I have this ephemera from Rosie Studio that says cheers. And I have a little bit of the strip that's showing, or the backing of the strip anyway. I'm going to go ahead and cover up part of the birthday cake. It's not, you can still tell that it is a birthday cake and that he's blowing out the candles. So I've got that. And then I'm going to cover up my hip spread by doing this. And I'm going to call that an optical delusion, because when I look at it, I don't look as fat. So just could be just me, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so I have some red and pink flare here. I'm not sure, now that I've done these florals in that pale pink, I may put them aside and go hunting for more later. I didn't leave enough room for this to go here. Let's see if it goes there. I'm going to go ahead and put it off to the side like that. Or maybe I'll do it here. I'll do that. That ties in with birthday there. Now I'm going to do the little starburst thingies. I'll do one right there on the frame. That works. And then I've got this white one that can go that's a little too close. I'm gonna have to, I might put that on the frame as well. I've got to get the glue up off the black background. There we go. And then I have this white one, which I'll put out here. So there's that. I have a star that I thought I'd add in up here. And then I have a couple of red hearts. Well, actually, let me do the red and the white for the overlapping part. go. I think that's gonna stick. I can. There we go. And if there's a little bit showing, I can fix that. So I'm gonna put this heart right here. Okay, I'm nearing the finish. I have some journaling. The journaling says, we were still living in the Hendon house in A-Leaf on John's 36th birthday. We had lots of friends coming over later, but the three of us celebrated earlier. There were brunch foods on the table, cut watermelon slices, King's Hawaiian bread with different spreads, and John's favorite drink, unsweetened iced tea. I'm not sure who took the photo of us, this one. Maybe an early party arrival, and I had a friend named Z who possibly came over earlier. She had babysat for James a lot, and she was a dear friend. In fact, she and I were roommates in the house that John and I got married in, and she had to move out for him to move in. So that was kind of cool. So we have, I have the word details here, which could come out to the side there. I'm trying to use up this sticker sheet, of course. And that pink is just perfect for the pink of the flowers there. And I've got this one that's also pink, and it says, I'm all in. And I like that. I have to tell you that if you're following along the 12-box project, I'm having the most wonderful time pulling those pictures out and forcing my brain to go back to those times and remembering things. And so many of those memories are things that I just haven't scrapped before, and that I'm really glad I'm getting down. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it done. I think it's funny, that's a label that I turned on it, you know, upended. It kind of looks like a phone screen, doesn't it? Just the proportions there. Let me see if I can find some pale pink flare. I've got my flare organized in, this one is the reds, pinks, oranges, and yellows, the warm colors, and metallics, and black and whites, and these particular abstract ones. So over in the pink area, I know there are some really pale neutral-ish pinks. This one is a little bit too peachy. It has writing on it. It's gorgeous, but not what I was looking for. This one has some dots on it. And this is from the same set. It's kind of a copper metallic on a pale pink. So I'm going to go with those and kind of tuck them into the flower clusters. Let's get this one. I'm going to maybe hide the pinky part Maybe do it like that. That's actually not too bad, even with the pinky part showing. I'm sure that's an official terminology in the scrapbooking world. Pinky, the pinky part. Okay, here, need to get that guy down. I'd like to put it right there, kind of over that, over that leaf and over the corner of the photo. So in order for it to reach over that, I've got to have the foam dot in it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue and hold that lower flower petal so that it's actually glued to the flare, just to kind of keep it from leaning in to the photo. Okay, I'm done, and I've used 2 whole sheets of paper, a branding strip, 3 of the Prima flowers and 3 leaves, this frame, and I've a few stickers from here. I actually, when I printed that happy birthday, it was to go across this butterfly that says, "Hello, friend," and I was going to put that right there. But when I put it there, that pink, kind of not so different from this pink, so it didn't bother me a whole lot, but I was having trouble with the teal. And don't ask me why, because I knew the photos had all that orange. And it might actually have looked nice. And because the photos had so much yellow, I thought I would use this yellow word, dream. But I am okay with the white title and the white ephemera there. And I don't think I'm using anything from this sticker sheet. I had seen a word strip here. Oh, it was Life is a Song, and I kind of liked that idea, but I'm okay not using that. And here I had some little round stickers, these P13 round stickers. I'm just gonna tuck that one in right there because it has little hearts on it. And this one has a nice floral. What the heck? I'm gonna put a bit of foam behind it and layer it on top of the other one, and it can stay there on its own. I'll put that like right there. So I'm using lots of stuff. I think I'm going to put, as I said, I'm going to put this journaling on the back with the label. So it'll go kind of right there. And future generations will be able to see these comments. All of these kind of 12 box project vintage photos are going to be I arrange my albums not chronologically, almost the opposite of chronologically, but I do have them have a filing system where there are categories of albums, and there's one called the T-Boy Years, which are just me and James for the 6 years after I was divorced and before I met John. And then there are the three of us years up to the point where James went away to school and then the army, and then created his own little family. And then at that point, it becomes like I guess the empty nest years. And then I have the miscellaneous family, where there are adults and children mixed. Where there's more than one child, it's called miscellaneous kids. And if it's just Katie, it's miscellaneous Katie. And it's if the photo was taken this year and scrapped this year, it goes in the album for this year, or the group of albums. I usually have fill about 4 albums with year pictures. And if it's if I scrap it this year, but the photo was taken before, I put it in miscellaneous Ava, miscellaneous Katie, miscellaneous Allie, etc. You get the picture. And so I guess what I'm saying is this will go in the three of us, and it's a given that any photos or, scrapped that show up in that album are from that period of time, from when we got married in 1981 to when we had an empty nest in 1992, I guess. So this will go in there. And what I'm saying is that when you look at those old ones, there will necessarily be more filled out stories, because I'm really trying to capture the memories there. So that's probably more than you wanted to know, but thank you for watching. Whoops. Did my camera get hit and moved? Oh my gosh. I will check this video out, and if it's not too bad, I'll publish it. But if it is, I'll do something else. Bye.